Good morning and welcome to Waking Up with Don. Today I have a local business in the spotlight in the way of Step Ahead Cosmetology School, and we have Tracy Anglin and Renee Sawyer here with us today to tell us what goes on out there and why it's important to have these type of schools in our community. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out. Okay, as the name implies, it's a school.
Yes, it is.
But what all do you guys teach out there?
It is a cosmetology and nail school. We work with students. Renee has been very involved for many years with the company. We purchased the company about a year ago. It is a local school. It is a private school. So where Haney, we were talking about that, has a public teaching that they go through. They do all different types of activities. We strictly are cosmetology and nails. So we have different students come in, all ages, male and female, and we work with them and we educate them so that they can go out and have a vocation.
So it really is it's a family business,
yes,
right?
It is.
You and your husband own it.
Yes, we do.
And incidentally, this lady's your sister,
yes,
right?
She is.
So really, the whole family's involved in this.
Yes.
And I was curious, what kind of people go to cosmetology school? I mean, who's your typical student there? Are they young people at a high school? Are they people returning to the workforce? I mean, who makes up your student body?
It varies, actually. We have younger people that are getting out of high school that aren't sure if they want to go to college. This is something that they can get a career in as little as 12 weeks if they want to do a nail technician, or 9 months if they want to be a cosmetologist. Some people aren't sure if they want to go straight to college, so they'll come over and they'll work with us. Then we have others that go to college that decide it's not really what they wanted to do, so they come back to us. And then we actually have retired military and military wives.
That's an option I never really considered. I should have looked into that a little.
Yeah,
and nursing.
And we have a lot of nurses and things that go out and they work, and then they decide that they want to, take a different turn.
Yeah, I think it's now. I would imagine that there are certain certificates and licenses that you need to get.
Absolutely.
What are those? Is a state license? I mean, you just can't go out and open up a shop, right?
Oh, no. What we have for the nail technicians, they go through the course, they have to take their testing and everything, send in their paperwork to the state of Florida, and then they become a certified nail technician.
It's a certification program.
For cosmetology, they go through the training and then they go to Tallahassee and they take a state board. They pass their state board and then they are able to go out and work in a salon or open their own, depending on what they would like.
I've seen a couple of success stories like that myself with, barbers and people who've done my hair in the past that would work somewhere else and then they open their own place.
Yes.
Is that a typical career path for a lot of people?
I will
Absolutely.
let Renee talk to you about that.
You have to pay your dues.
Yeah.
So you go out and you establish yourself in a salon, you build your clientele, and then once your clientele is, big enough, then you branch out onto your own.
And that's a pretty common scenario,
or
I suppose.
Booth rent.
I've heard of that too, where you just kind of rent a chair somewhere and do your own thing.
And usually that's the next step before owning your business.
So this is a way for people who may not be college graduates. This is a way for people who maybe are good with their hands to go out on their own and become entrepreneurs and
Absolutely.
and
a lot
become that American
of
dream.
very, very creative people are in this industry. They can do all kinds of fantastic work. And so this is a way for them to show their creativity, that they can go out and they can do what they need to do. They love helping people and making their lives better. We have wedding parties that come into the school and we help them do their hair and makeup. We have birthday parties for young children because it enables our students to get experience on all different type of activities. So they're truly ready when they graduate from our school, they're ready to go to work.
That's great stuff. We got to run off to the local weather right now.
Okay.
But on the other side of that, let's talk about some more success stories from your school.
Okay, thank you.
You're watching Waking Up with Don, and we're going to your local weather, brought to you by the West Pittman Law Firm, westpittmanlawfirm.com. Welcome back to Waking Up with Don. I'm speaking with Renee and Tracy from Step Ahead Cosmetology School. right here in Panama City. Where's the school located, Renee?
It is on Highway 77, directly across the street from the sheriff's office.
And if there was a recommendation that you could give to young people, what would that be? I mean, is this a career that could
absolutely
go with you for a life?
There is so much money to be made if you're willing to get out there and work hard and enjoy your new career.
So there really is no reason not to have a career. Is it expensive to go to your school?
It is not when you're looking at a career. For a nail technician, you're about $2,500 to $3,200, and for cosmetology, it's only $7,000. And in a year, you can have a career and be making a lot of money.
We say only $7,000. Is there any kind of tuition assistance that people can get, or grants?
We actually do in-house financing. There is also vocational rehab for different students. We are in a veterans approved financing, and we have different scholarships that we've offered.
So bottom line, there is a way to pay for this, even if you've got no money.
Absolutely.
Now, during the break, you told me about someone from the mission who got licensed.
We had a gentleman, Clifton Rice, and he's a wonderful man, and he was down at the mission, and he came to school with us, and we worked with him. He has graduated. He is licensed and working in Bay County and is doing wonderful, and we are very, very happy.
So from someone living at a mission to someone who's well on their way to having their own business.
Absolutely.
All through your cosmetology school. That is a wonderful thing. And I think more people should avail themselves of that. Yeah. I mean, you see a lot of celebrities out there saying, oh, you've got to get a college education and do all that, but you don't to make a living here in America.
No, you can do a lot of different things. And of course, we love college, but we love our school, and we really try to help everyone. And it is a way to go out, make a living, and do something different. You can write your own schedule.
That's amazing stuff. I applaud you for the work that you do, and I know it's a money-making business, but it's also a great opportunity for people.
Yes, it is.
And there's no excuse not to educate yourself and get out there and get into the workforce.
Yes, sir.
Well, thanks so much for coming on the show. We've got to run off. Time is out, but good luck to you in your future endeavors, and you guys are welcome back anytime.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for watching Waking Up with Don. Now we're going to run off and get a Max Biz tip from Zenobia.
Hi, Zenobia Andrews here, your business system strategist, and I am delighted to be inside the Max Out Studios bringing you your Max Biz tip for today. Now, all week long, we've been talking about building and creating a hiring system that's going to guarantee you that you're going to get that ideal employee to come and work and be a part of your team or your organization. Now, today's segment, I want us to focus on two things. Number one, I want you to start considering how you're going to select your live interview candidates. How are you going to select them? Are you going to call them on the phone? Are you going to email them? But whatever route that you use, you want to make sure that you get a confirmation of the date and time so that you'll have a clean crystal list on game day, on the interview day, right? And speaking of the interviewing day, I want you to consider, how are you going to conduct the interviews? Are you going to use the space at your office, or are you going to rent a space like at a hotel or another location? And as those candidates are coming in, I want you to be observant, right? I want you to be observant. Do they have that energy that you're looking for, that looks like your company? Are they professional? Do they communicate well? And most of all, are they a team player? Basically, are they an individual that represents your brand and your community? Listen, I'm Zenobia Andrews, your business system strategist, and I am here to support you. If you need additional help with creating an amazing hiring system, I would love to help you. You can reach me at www.zenobiaandrews.com. And listen, if you follow me on social media, I will definitely follow you back. And let's continue to press towards the max.
I'm here with my old friend David Powell from Innovations Credit Union. He's going to give us a little update on what's going on at the credit union.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Don.
Hey,
good to be back.
Thanks for coming on the show again.
No
I always enjoy our little talks here about the credit union.
Oh, yeah.
Which I am a member of, oh, by the way.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. what's going on? What's the latest and greatest?
Well, the
at
latest
Innovations?
and latest and greatest. I come by occasionally and visit with you here and talk a little about
I
innovations.
see you got the memo on the blue shirt.
I got
and
the
black
memo on the
pants
blue
today.
shirt. Oh yeah, so that's a good thing we sorted that out. But I come by here and I sometimes will talk about the history of the credit union and how the credit union Innovations has been here since 1952. We're local. All the people are Bay County employees. Obviously, our 6 locations here are the only place we are. All decisions are made local and all that. So I come and I talk about that history and I talk about our involvement in the community and I talk about how we have programs to help kids save money and how we have automobile loans. But today, Don, I really do want to focus on something that's brand new at Innovations. And it's something that I mentioned on your show a couple weeks ago, just very briefly one day. I mentioned that we would have a new business suite of products coming out called Octane.
So what's included in that business suite? Now, I have a business account there, checking account there, but what else is in that suite of services that I can avail myself of?
Absolutely. We've taken an array of products and sub-branded it Octane. And so you'll see this Octane logo. It's a flame and it says Fueled by Innovations. And so it'll be truly a one-stop shop for a business, small business, medium business, even a big business can come in. And this Octane suite of products includes a checking account for free, savings account if you elect to have one for free, comes with free internet banking, a debit card, and then the ability to get e-statements, pay your bills, do all those things.
That's what sold me on Innovations. Was there were no monthly fees for my business account there.
No. And
that's huge.
Another part of it is that we have business partners that handle credit card merchant service, and we even have a business partner that handles payroll services. If you're one of those small businesses and say you got 5 or 6 employees, you want somebody to kind of handle the payroll and tax deductions and all that, we have a business partner that can handle that for you. And so under that bundle of Octane Business Solutions, we can put together a package for any small business that is free, because we don't charge anything for our checking account or internet banking or the savings account. So you earn some interest on your money, let Innovations handle the processing of all your transactions, and save some money and earn some money.
I got to tell you, it means a lot to a small business too, because you're busy, doing your job, operating your business, serving your food or putting on your TV show or whatever, And then there's a whole other side to the business of bookkeeping and payroll and taxes and things that, if it's your first business, maybe you've never even given it any thought until you jumped in.
There's an awful lot of parts and pieces, as you know, being a small businessman. And something else I forgot that's included in that business package. Also, now if you have a business checking account with Innovations, you can apply for business credit cards. We have our own brand of credit card available, and something that just recently the credit union has started to do is the availability of commercial business loans. So if you are a small business owner, you want to purchase a building, or if you want to expand your building, or if you need a piece of equipment or an automobile, we'll be glad to handle those requests for those business loans as well.
So it sounds like it's kind of one-stop shopping for the small business person at Innovations.
Absolutely.
How do we get in touch with you, David? How do we do that?
Well, you can call me at 233-4400, David Powell, and my office is located on the Thomas Drive location of Innovations, or you can go to our website at innovationsfcu.org. Stands for Innovations Federal Credit Union. So innovationsfcu.org.
David Powell, thanks for the Innovations Tip of the Week, and we're looking forward to having you back next week.
You bet. Thanks.
Welcome back to Waking Up with Don, and I have here in the studio today Dr. Roman Nation. He is from Nation's Best Family Healthcare up here on 77 in Lynn Haven. Dr. Nation, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
it. Good to see you again. Yes. It's been a while. I had you on the old show when we were on it during the night. And now here you are for our early morning audience, talking to my new audience about family health care.
Yes, sir.
What are some of the things that people need to be looking out for nowadays? I mean, health-wise, is flu season's pretty much over, right?
No, actually, we're probably right in the middle of flu season.
Really?
Yeah, flu season goes from about November all the way through April, at least through April, and then it spills over into the summertime. So some people who still haven't got their flu shots
susceptible.
Yes. we're actually right now is about the time for springtime allergies and stuff that really starts to kick into gear. So folks will get allergy reactions and they'll actually think that it's more of a cold or a flu, so they'll go seeking antibiotics when really what it is that they're not treating the allergy.
Yeah, and the pollen here is really, serious.
Yeah, in this area, actually, this is one of the few areas in the U.S. that you'll have pollen pretty much all year, except for like November and December timeframe, because in January it heats up enough that things start blooming. But it pretty much goes all year long. It's just different types of things that happen.
Now, you moved your office recently, within the last year, right?
Yes, sir.
And you used to be where?
We used to be on 23rd Street, right there across from Lowe's and in front of Home Depot.
Yeah,
we had a very small office there. There was just me and my physician assistant, Mr. Jim Dees. About 6 months ago in July last year, we moved up to Lynn Haven into a bigger facility.
I know, I drive by there every day.
Yes, sir.
And it's a really nice looking building. The signage is great and all that.
The waiting room, the building's owned by the city. The city did a great job as far as putting it together and making it very, very presentable for us. The waiting room is the best part of the whole place. It's this big, majestic looking ceilings and stuff like that. So, but I have a nurse practitioner that joined me about 6-7 months ago. Her name's Stephanie Breland. So she's been added to the team. And then just last year, not last year, but about 2 months ago, I had a nutritionist, James Thompson, join me too for our nutrition program.
JT.
JT, that's his name. Yes, sir.
I've heard about him.
Yes.
Yeah. So having a nutritionist, what's the advantage to having a nutritionist on staff?
Well, the coolest part, I've been, when I talked to you last time, we had a lot of stuff that we talked about nutrition and for blood pressure and cholesterol and how weight loss and good healthy eating basically feeds into everything that we do. It feeds into energy levels and good sleeping habits. It feeds into how much fat you have versus how much muscle you have.
You just described my whole life here. Everything that's wrong with my life, you just described. I need to meet JT.
It has been it's been an amazing program. But we've been doing the weight loss side of things to try and help people get off of their medicines. I have people come to me every single day and they say, well, Dr. Nation, how can I get off some of these medicines? Well, tell me what you eat. And then they kind of list out their things. And most of them aren't eating bad necessarily. There's a few that do that. But the vast majority of them is actually how they feed their system. Like if you feed your system in the wrong way, it goes into starvation mode. Like one of the things that's a very common misconception is people tell you to not eat 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. So if you eat your last meal at 6 o'clock at night and then you don't get up until 6 o'clock in the morning and you eat again at 7, your body's actually fasting for 12 to 14 hours out of the day. Okay, that's not actually healthy for your system. When your system thinks that it's starving for half the day, this is not like caveman days, but nowadays if it thinks it's starving for that much, it holds on to a lot more calories. So
it stores up your fat stores.
It does, yes. And so people get their midsection builds up in places that it doesn't be. They get actually more fat in their face and in their neck and things like that. And it actually starts from the middle out. So you start here and then it grows here and then it goes down to your arms. And so by the time your wrists are gaining weight, you're well behind the power curve.
Hey, chubby wrists.
But that's the program that we got started. We modeled it after Medicare guidelines. Medicare, quite a few years back, decided to start sponsoring or allowing physicians to treat people for dietary counseling, basically trying to teach them how to eat more healthy.
So you've incorporated that all into your practice,
yes, sir.
And that's good stuff we'll talk about more about on the other side of this break. And these important messages, I'm speaking with Dr. Roman Nation. Welcome back to Waking Up with Don. I'm speaking with Dr. Roman Nation from Nation's Best Family Healthcare. We were talking about family health, right?
Yes, sir.
And talking about nutrition and just general wellness.
Yes, sir.
And during the break, you described to me some of the stuff that JT or James Thomas is doing at your practice now,
yes,
and helping people lose weight. Yep. He kind of has a little celebrity connection, and he was one of the nutritionists for the Biggest Loser show, wasn't he?
One of the Biggest Loser families. That the competition several years back, he trained a family that. Was in Tampa. They actually filmed the show. They did parts of the show in California, but he was actually the trainer behind it.
Oh, geez. And they lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. It was a family of three. It was a mother, daughter, and a husband. The daughter lost the least. She was 15 years old. She lost 80 pounds in 3 months.
Wow. 80 pounds. Is that healthy to lose that kind of weight?
No, it's not. It's not. It's a competition, and so it's decently dangerous to do it that way. But when you're talking to just like every other types of sports competition, celebrity competition, they take certain risks in order to kind of get into that level of
Now, if I came in and I wanted to see JT and I wanted to lose, say, 15 pounds or so, what would be a normal rate of weight loss?
A normal rate of weight loss is somewhere around a pound to 2 a week.
Okay.
Now, the first part of it, when folks get off of that carb cycle diet, like what we were describing at break, where if they skip breakfast and they just have coffee in the morning, if you don't feed your system in the morning, then it stores glycogen, and so it actually holds on to all these extra carbs that you have, and then 2 or 3 hours later is when you're hungry again, and it's not for something that has protein in it. Your system is craving carbohydrates at that point. So instead of reaching for something that's got protein, you actually get something that has carbs, and it starts to cycle all over again. So 2 or 3 hours later you're hungry again, but it's for the wrong type of food. And so each time that you add the more carbs to the cycle and your system doesn't have enough protein, it says, well, I need protein from somewhere. Where's it going to take it? It takes it from your muscles, so it burns muscle instead of fat, and so people can actually shrink when they unhealthily lose weight, but they're actually burning muscle mass instead of fat mass. The way to actually lose healthy weight is to burn fat mass, and you do that at about a pound a week.
Dr. Romanation, we are so out of time, it's not funny, but thank you so much for coming on the show, and good luck with the practice up there. And
Yes, sir.
I'm looking forward to having JT on the show
Yes,
so
sir.
we can learn more about nutrition and staying well.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome back anytime. You've been watching Waking Up with Don. We'll see you next time.